The 7 mistakes that make a young woman lose all interest in an older man. How to build healthy and lasting relationships. What really attracts a young woman to an older man? When people talk about relationships between younger women and older men, the first thought many have is that the age difference is a difficult barrier to overcome. In a society where youth and beauty standards are highly valued, many believe an older man needs something extra to attract and keep a young woman's interest. However, the truth is that what a younger woman truly values in a man isn't his age, but how he handles life, his experience, and how he sees himself. Attraction, especially in relationships with a significant age gap, goes beyond the surface. Instead of focusing on insecurities or trying to fit into youthful standards, an older man should embrace the qualities that make him unique and attractive in his own way. This leads to a fundamental question: what really makes a young woman lose interest in an older man? This video will detail the 7 main mistakes older men make that, without realizing it, can destroy a genuine connection with a younger woman. Here we'll dive into the emotional, psychological, and practical aspects of these relationships so you can clearly understand what not to do and how to improve the dynamic between you and the young woman who attracts you. Get ready to discover the keys to becoming the type of man who not only attracts, but also keeps a young woman as interest over time. Mistake 1. Insecurity about age in any relationship. Self-confidence is one of the biggest attractions. However, when an older man starts to doubt his own age, he opens the door to one of the most common mistakes: insecurity. Age itself isn't the problem. What truly pushes a woman away is how the man feels about his age. If he starts seeing himself as too old, it shows in his behavior, body language, and even the words he uses. This insecurity is unconsciously perceived by the woman and creates a lack of attraction. When a man is overly concerned with justifying or minimizing his age, he is telling both himself and the woman that the age difference is an obstacle, and this diminishes his attractiveness. What is truly attractive in an older man isn't his youth, but the confidence he demonstrates in who he is. Younger women are often attracted to older men because of their life experience, wisdom, and security. How to overcome this mistake? Embrace your age with pride. The key here is self-acceptance. A young woman will feel more attracted to a man who accepts and embraces his age, as this shows emotional maturity and confidence. Turn age into an asset. Instead of hiding or justifying your age, make it a point of strength. What have you learned over the years? What experiences enrich your perspective on life? These are the qualities she will value. Mistake 2. Trying too hard to be young. After recognizing insecurity about age, many older men make the mistake of trying to look younger than they really are. This can happen in various ways: trying to dress like teenagers, adopting youthful slang, or forcing an easygoing attitude. However, this rarely works. By trying to act as if you were younger, you are just masking the qualities that attracted the younger woman in the first place. Instead of looking younger, you appear desperate or phony, and this lack of authenticity is obvious. A woman isn't looking for an older man who tries to hide his age, but rather someone who has experience, a unique perspective, and of course, an authenticity that comes with age. Trying to pass yourself off as someone you're not creates a dynamic of distrust, which pushes a woman away instead of bringing her closer. How to overcome this mistake? Embrace your authenticity. Instead of trying to adapt to youth culture, celebrate what your maturity has to offer. Young women aren't looking for a man who molds himself around them, but a man who knows who he is. Value your qualities. Life experience, acquired wisdom, a sense of responsibility, and the ability to lead and make decisions are extremely attractive qualities for younger women. Focusing on these will organically increase your attractiveness. Mistake 3. Neglecting appearance and vitality. It's true that as we get older, our appearance changes. However, how a man handles these physical changes is crucial. Many older men make the mistake of neglecting their appearance and health, believing they no longer need to make an effort to be appealing since their stability and life experience are already seen as attractive. But attraction isn't just about youth. It's about vitality. Neglecting one's appearance, whether through a lack of body care, a poor diet, or simply not caring about one's image, can give the impression of a lack of energy and resilience. What women look for is a man who takes care of himself, respects himself, and shows life and enthusiasm in everything he does. It's not about being physically young, but about showing that you are still alive, vibrant, and on the move. How to overcome this mistake. Take care of your health. This doesn't mean going to the gym every day, but caring for your mental and physical health. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and healthy habits are essential. Dress with intention. Clothing and appearance are not just a reflection of vanity, but of self-respect and respect for the relationship. She will notice when you make an effort to dress well and feel comfortable with your appearance. Mistake 4. Overplaying the provider. Many older men believe their value is directly linked to their ability to provide financially. While being financially stable is attractive, this mistake occurs when a man uses his financial status as his main form of attraction, believing it will be enough to keep a young woman's interest. The problem, however, is that a young woman doesn't want a transactional relationship where she simply receives material benefits in exchange for her presence. A younger woman isn't just attracted by what you have, but by who you are. When a man makes his ability to provide the only thing he offers, he risks devaluing the emotional connection. True attraction lies in what you share emotionally, and in how much you make her feel seen and valued. How to overcome this mistake. Invest in emotional intimacy. A young woman wants a man who is willing to connect on a deeper level. Share your experiences, your stories, and your feelings. This creates a stronger and truer bond. Be emotionally present and accessible. True desire doesn't come from money, but from emotional and physical connection. Mistake 5. Being excessively controlling in a desire to protect a woman or keep everything under control. Many older men make the mistake of trying to manage her life. This can happen in subtle ways, such as wanting to choose the activity she does or control her decisions. This attitude can be destructive, as a young woman needs freedom and space to be herself without feeling suffocated. Excessive control conveys insecurity, and the woman feels she can't be authentic or free with you. She may even feel valued at first, but over time this turns into resentment. When trust is absent and freedom of choice is restricted, the relationship becomes oppressive and loses its initial energy. How to overcome this mistake. Practice mutual trust. Trust her and allow her to make her own choices. This shows that you respect her individuality and her ability to decide. Avoid possessiveness. Learn to balance time together and time apart. Personal space is essential for any healthy relationship. Mistake 6. Focusing only on professional life, career, and professional success are important. But when a man focuses exclusively on them, he ends up neglecting the emotional and personal aspects of the relationship. A young woman wants a man who is balanced, who has a successful professional life, but also knows how to dedicate himself to the relationship. When work becomes the only priority, the woman may feel she is being put in second place, which diminishes the emotional connection. How to overcome this mistake. Balance your time. Find a way to share your professional and personal life with her without letting work suffocate the relationship. She needs to feel like she is a priority in your life. Mistake 7. Neglecting emotional connection. Ultimately, attraction isn't based solely on physical appearance, status, or life experience. Emotional connection is the foundation that keeps a relationship alive and growing. When an older man stops emotionally investing in a woman, he risks creating a void between them. A young woman isn't just looking for a man who offers comfort or stability. She wants someone who is emotionally available, who has the capacity to connect deeply and share feelings, dreams, and fears. How to overcome this mistake. Open up emotionally. Invest time in truly getting to know and understand the woman. Share your experiences and show that you are willing to be vulnerable. This creates a deep connection that goes beyond appearance or status. Confidence has no age. The key to keeping a young woman's interest in an older man lies in confidence and authenticity. By embracing your age, taking care of yourself, investing in emotional connection, and respecting her freedom, you not only attract her but keep her by your side in a genuine way. Love and attraction have no age, but are rooted in mutual respect, authenticity, and emotional connection. If you want to learn more about how to build healthy and lasting relationships, subscribe to our channel right now. Don't miss the chance to receive more practical tips on how to become the ideal partner and keep the desire alive. Click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with our next videos. See you in the next one.